Well, after you cut through all the iPhone 3G hype and hysteria, is the smartphone still a smart buy? Joining us, technology coach Todd Townsend. You and I were talking about this before the show, and you're excited about it.
I'm excited about this. There's a couple things to think about, Tom. You have to say, first, is the device what I need? Then, is the contract what I can use? Obviously, Apple's very innovative, and we see them come out with great products. It's a great phone. There's no doubt about it. There's very few drawbacks. One thing, you can't replace the battery yourself. So if you're a day-long user and need to slap in a new battery, you can't do that. A couple of little minor things that are very technical. It's a great product. The big question is, AT&T service. Does it work in your area? Can you get 3G service, the high-speed data service for the phone? Because the way AT&T has set this up is you have to buy that 3G data service even if you can't reach it in the country where you buy the phone.
I would think, though, but AT&T, and I say this with all honesty, is the highest rated coverage for the United States. I mean, they do have the best rated quality. That's why Apple went with AT&T for the iPhone.
The cell phone companies love to throw around who has the best rated quality. AT&T does in certain markets. Verizon does in certain markets. Where I live,
I'm talking national. I'm not just talking national, Todd. Yeah.
Okay, because they would debate that. But AT&T has good service for a lot of people. It's really the contract, though. You buy the phone. They're saying $199 for the 8 gig version, which is true. But then you're looking at just under $2,000 total for 2 years in the contract. That's another thing. Now, you can buy the phone without a contract, evidently, which you can usually do with other phones, but you can't use it on another system. So AT&T is basically saying, we'll sell you the phone at the store today, or Apple, but you got to pay $599 or $699 bucks.
Why?
But then the phone part doesn't work.
Okay, so you guys, you two, explain to me this pricing situation, because I've been very confused about how they're pricing the iPhone. With the plan.
This does. If you're trying to make financial sense out of this, it doesn't.
Out of the price.
Yeah, because otherwise I should stay with the old one.
Oh, okay.
But unless you need a lot of data, unless you need a lot of high-speed data, then
unless you want to replace your BlackBerry.
See, I don't have a problem with the data on this one. It works pretty good.
Well, and too, Tom, if you're around a Wi-Fi connection a lot, like in your home or an office that has Wi-Fi, you can use that, which is going to be faster than the 3G
all right,
data anyway.
Here's my idiotic Liz question, because I drop things all the time, as you heard earlier. I dropped something.
Yeah. It's going to be expensive.
And I drop my cell phone constantly. And when you drop that iPhone, it so easily cracks.
It's going to be expensive. And it's interesting, when you buy a cell phone, normally you can buy insurance through the cell phone company. AT&T is not insuring these.
They're not insuring it.
They go back to Apple and say, Apple's insuring it. So you'd have to go back to Apple. So you're still dealing with Apple.
I bought one of these. I bought this little rubber doohickey here for mine to hang on to.
Let's practice now. Let's drop it. See what happens.
No,
we can practice it. You're getting a new one anyway. Drop it on the floor.
It's slippery otherwise. It's very slippery without that. I got this little rubber thing. I think cost $30. But I wanted it because I can hold it.
But you know, in Apple's defense, another great thing about the new 3G iPhone is supposedly they've updated the voice quality. So if you use it a lot for a phone, they've messed with the chipset, so when you're making those phone calls, it's going to sound better too, which is a big deal. We've all tried to walk around in the city and get good voice service, and it's all garbled. So that might be a draw for a lot of people that do use the phone a ton.
How many BlackBerries have you lost, Liz?
I've dropped my BlackBerry about 12 times. My cell phone I've lost about 8 times and dropped about 20.
You need the 50 drop plan. They have that for
well, it's funny. They do make waterproof.
That's a good question.
Liz.
And forget it. If I try to use that iPhone, which when I'm driving, I'll drive right up a pole.
Todd Townsend, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Great to